Previously on O.M.E.N.
If the dragon could do that, why didn't it do it sooner?
It could do all sorts of things. It could lie. Ever think about a dragon lying?
You pull up this old, frail-looking man with a long white beard.
It's not hostile right now because it looks like an old man.
Koala's right. It is an ice dragon.
Does anyone else here believe that people who aren't like them in some way should be prejudiced against? Raise your hand.
Gerald, the ice cream man, does.
Gerald!
At the edge of the cliff, there is a footpath down to what looks like a large helipad, and by the helipad is the yellow submarine.
Alright, I grab like a sheet of metal and I surf down. I'm like 50 years old, why did I think this was a good idea?
What do I do to assist?
Help out. Try to help out another hunter while they're making a roll, and you both tumble straight over the ledge and down into the water.
What will happen next? Find out on this exciting episode of O.M.E.N.
So you do grab him, and you both tumble straight over the ledge and down into the water. You are now down in the water, which isn't great for you. Can you all please roll for act under pressure?
Okay. No, never mind. That's another critical fail.
Critical fail, okay.
Well, I mean, more or less.
That was a 4.
Unless you have another move that could get you out of this situation.
Okay, actually, I'm going to... I have an interesting strategy.
Okay.
So I see that this is going real bad, right?
Yeah, you're both in the water. Dr. Martin is flailing and going underneath at the minute.
The move manipulate someone. Can it be used to manipulate them to their benefit?
Potentially. Yeah.
So I'd like to use fervor to manipulate someone with roll tough instead of charm.
Okay.
If you're okay with it,
Yeah.
Martin, I'd like to manipulate you into saving both of us. Like I want to egg you on. Like I want to basically what's the term? Not mock, but like I want to egg you on to saving us and to like releasing your demon form and doing something really cool. Would that be something that you're interested in?
I like that.
Sure. That's an interesting way to use manipulate someone.
I quite like that. That's quite clever.
I'm a clever boy.
Good boy, no.
I'm gonna try to manipulate someone with plus tough, so that's +3, and what that results in is a roll of 11.
11.
So I go like, brilliant linguist, actual demon, worldwide celebrity and security manager, just gonna fucking die because of some water. Are you like a 90s video game protagonist? Are you flubber? You piece of shit.
I don't play video games. I don't understand these references.
Yeah, you don't understand. You don't understand much because you're old. You're old. I'm gonna play the old card. You're old, and you're just gonna die because of some water. Because you look like that dude from Unbreakable, and he's like an old Bruce Willis, but he wasn't old at the time, but he was old later. And he's just like, oh no, water, help me! I'm super strong. And I'm Bruce Willis, creator of the critically acclaimed series Die Hard, which became increasingly non-critically acclaimed. I'm just gonna die because of some water. Oh, I love M. Night Shyamalan films, you fuck.
It sounds a lot like you're manipulating me into saving myself and not you.
If that's how this kind of thing goes, I bet you're such a piece of shit you'd leave your friend behind to drown.
There we go.
That does it. Reverse psychology.
And then, Isher takes over, I think, and it just goes, ah!
Fuck you, Koala!
And then do you Hulk out, I guess?
Yeah, yep, and I don't have any good moves for any of this. Okay. Can I have the move Oops. Do you remember that one?
I do remember Oops.
If I want to stumble across something important, I tell the keeper. Can I stumble
Yep.
across, like, a lifesaver ring thing?
Sure. You are fumbling around in the water and you find half a chewed person with a lifesaver around them.
Take this!
And I throw it at Koala's face.
I catch it and I'm like, do you also need this?
Yes?
I swim towards him with the lifesaver ring. I want to find out, does Isher love M. Night Shyamalan films?
Who's M. Night Shyamalan?
Ah, man. If you don't, you get your soul debt collected to go to hell. There's some real good movies and some okay movies I'd like to show you.
Okay, I'm down.
Oh, I also failed 2 rolls, which means I gained 2 experience. I've leveled up.
I think almost everyone's leveled up.
I've more than leveled up at this point. I've over-leveled. I'm really close to level 2, actually.
Jeez.
I make a lot of bad decisions.
If I use my level up that I just got when I landed in the water, I can take the flight move from the monstrous and grow wings.
All right, let's.
I'm an air demon. It counts, right?
That's true. Yeah. All right. Okay. So you're both holding on to the life raft.
So with Koala's egging on, I believe Isher is going to just fly out of the water with both of us.
Oh, with both of us. Okay.
Okay.
I thought you'd just be like, oh, I can fly now, and just ghost.
You grab Koala and the ring, and you pull yourself and Koala out of the water, and you land on this sort of rainy platform. You're now the second person in this group with wings.
Well, I imagine it's more like a cushion of air underneath, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, air movement then. So I guess,
Yeah.
okay, so you sort of bubbled yourself out, you farted yourself out of the water, essentially. Yes. Annabelle, you watch this commotion go on, and you're standing on the platform. You've watched as Demon Martin has landed on the platform with a slightly drenched, soggy koala. To your left-hand side is the submarine floating at the dock. In front of you, straight in front of you, is a big pair of shutters to what looks like a warehouse. Next to that is another pair of double doors, and then to your right-hand side there is another pair of double doors as well. The double doors to the right-hand side of the shutter says to the bunks, and then the one to your right says to the labs.
I head towards the one for the labs.
Do you guys want to split up at this point, or do you want to continue together?
I want to stick with Annabelle. I've been alone, and I've noticed that if I split off from the rest of the party, I don't get to talk for like 20 minutes, so...
Good point. Koala, what do you want to do?
Where is the dragon? The dragon in human form?
The dragon is going to go with Annabelle.
Then I'm going with Annabelle.
Okay.
No reason. Just hanging with my pals. Chilling with my buds.
Kane decides, he goes, I'm going to stay out here and I'm going to look after the submarine for you.
I squint at him. Can I read? Can I...
He's being truthful.
Okay, so it isn't like, I'm going to stay with the submarine.
No, he's not going to steal the submarine. No, he says he's going to look after everyone else and stand near the submarine and just sort of like keep them safe. Because they can't get into the submarine because the keys aren't here, apparently.
Yeah. Okay. I just squint then before investigating his intentions with my own sense of suspicion built on years of hurt as well as also being a bad person before walking away with my friends.
Doctor Moclam had the keys to the submarine last. They might be in his office.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
So you make your way through into the labs. The first room you come to is a long, dimly lit corridor, and there is a slick blood trail coming out of a door from the right-hand side and going straight through into the door on the left-hand side. Further down the corridor, there is another door over to the right.
Annabelle is very comfortable down here, so I'm going to leave. I'm going to basically follow her lead.
Let Annabelle with the dungeon crawler.
Oh, yeah. Definitely comfortable. I look at the dragon and I point at doors. Yes?
The dragon shrugs. You can see it looks very uncomfortable down here in the labs. And it sort of points its hand out to go deeper down this corridor.
Okay. Head on deeper.
You follow the dragon down and you go through the furthest door on the right. And it's here where you enter what looks like the first laboratory. There are these clusters of what look like completely open hatched eggs. There are a couple of bodies across the floor, which look like dead scientists, and there is blood everywhere. It looks like something has been through this room and completely ruined the place. On the side, there is what looks like a audio log thing like one of those tape recorders.
That's probably not important. We should leave that.
Fuck's sake.
I think we should leave it.
You can leave it and come listen to it later.
I point at it and look at the dragon and I go like, should we listen to that?
The dragon shrugs.
I don't think it's important. You would tell us if it was important.
Is it like a really fancy tape recorder?
Yes, it is.
Ooh.
It looks pretty slick. Like someone had quite a bit of money purchased it.
This is some really expensive gear. I might take this actually.
Mhm.
Start recording my own diary, and I rewind to the very front of the tape, and then I hit the record button.
You're fucking with me.
Hi, future Martin.
testing, and then I stop it again. So I've only recorded a few seconds, and then I go back
Sure.
and hit play.
Hi, future Martin.
Testing.
Hello, it's me, Steven. Well, you should know that already. It's just another one of these audio logs, things. Anyways, it's day 205 of the Fyre Island project, and we have successfully cloned our first viable dragons. That's right, no deaths, no malformed batches, no screaming in tongues, all 100% hunky-dinky-dory. The growth hormone mix is now perfect. They aged to just the right level without any major problems. I should thank those big brain boxes over at O.M.E.N for the recipe, but, well, then I would have to admit that I stole the recipe while I was there on an interview. Oh, naughty me.
Motherfucker.
We've taken to lobotomizing this batch of dragons in order to stop them from, talking? It's not ideal. I'm aware these assets are going to be on the show to the public, and we'll have to have a way to make them super shit cool for the paying guests, but, maybe some kind of magical technology. I'll have to talk to my contact outside the company to see if they've got any ideas.
He lied to us!
He did lie to you.
Yeah, he totally lied. He's a bad person.
Well, he's dead now, so...
Yeah. If he's dead, that frees him from all responsibilities for his actions.
I don't think that's...
And that should be a lesson to all of you if I die.
Hello everyone, it's time for the mid-roll, and it's with me today rather than Andy. I want to say hi, and I want to say thank you to everyone for listening to this episode and all the episodes that have come before it. Today, I've got some new $5 patrons to shout out, so thank you to Rose and Ezra. Thank you for giving us your money to help us support the podcast. What makes this particularly cool as a milestone is now we've got more than 10 patrons, which means that we're going to be doing the Christmas party special. Finally, after all this time, I've been wanting to do it for 2 years, and finally we're going to get to do it. I have been scouting out loads and loads and loads of podcasts to come and join us for this, and some of our patrons have come along and done recordings for it too. It is going to be one of the longest episodes of O.M.E.N ever made. I don't actually know how long it's going to be in the end. I'm probably going to have to cut it in half because it's going to get that long. I've been doing role-playing sessions almost every night this week, and I've got more next week to do as well. My throat is actually really sore from doing voices all week because I've basically not stopped being a GM at all. I'm very excited for you to see it. I'm going to be using most of December to edit it together, which is why this coming week I've booked off some time to sit down and edit a bunch of proper episodes so we can queue those up over December time as well, because we're also going to take a little holiday over December. We're not going to record anything new, so we're going to be sending out just episodes we've pre-recorded at that point. The Patreon account is really good for us because it lets us buy new music, it lets us get new art and commission new artists, and it also lets me buy new software to edit things. Recently I used some of the money to get myself a version of VoiceMod, so I'm able to do real-time voices in our games. This is one of the examples of the voices I can do now, and I really enjoy it. It makes me sound like I can sing, even though I can't. I think it's quite fun, and it makes sessions a lot more interesting because it means that not only can I interact with the players with voices I can't normally do whilst we're recording, but it means that I can do really cool things with vocoder stuff in the editing process, which I couldn't do before either because I didn't have the ability to. Whilst we're doing shout-outs, I also want to do a shout-out to Sophie. Your fan art has been amazing to see. I want to see more fan art of the podcast, so if you've got fan art, put it in our Discord or send us a tweet, because I want to put it up on the website, and I want to show everyone else the kind of cool things that you do as fans. Today's podcast promo is from the Dice Girls. Please check them out, and if you do, leave them a comment and say that O.M.E.N sent you.
The Dice Girls may not know what we're doing, but we're sure having a lot of fun doing it.
Do my bagpipes have like attack damage? If I take out my bow, could I miss and hit triggers?
If you roll bad enough.
Have we been able to see the whole time?
You have dark vision! Surprise!
What ho, ugly creature?
Don't mind him. Everyone's dying around me, but I can't hit anything.
Are you guys gonna be okay?
Honestly, I think the answer to that is always no.
Who are you?
We're just some riffraff.
Not anything particularly special. We are the Dice Girls.
Find us wherever you get your podcasts.
I rolled a 4, we're gonna die.
Thank you for listening to that. Remember that we also have an official Discord that you can join. You can find the links on our website and also on our Twitter. We just hit over 100 people on there, and it's an amazing community of lovely people. We play a lot of games on there as well. I've been playing a lot of Phasmophobia at the minute with people, so I'd strongly recommend joining us for it, because it's really nice there. Without further ado, I'll let you get back to the episode. I'll see you next time. Bye! Do you want to progress further into the facility?
Wait, there's a bunch of other stuff going on in this room. Do we?
There is. There are loads and loads of hatched eggs, and there's a few unhatched ones in like these incubators, and there's just blood everywhere. It's a mess.
I'm gonna steal the babies.
You're gonna steal the babies?
I'm gonna put the unhatched eggs into my prison purse.
How big are these eggs?
They're considerably large.
Doesn't matter.
How many do you think you can fit in Annabelle's prison purse?
It is a magical space nobody can get into.
Okay.
So it don't matter.
That's not why I was asking. I wanted to know how big of an omelet these would make.
I was gonna breathe on one right here, like have my hot breath and see if it made one hatch, but it appears that magical dream is being obliterated by the ever-swallowing depths of the magic prison purse.
Okay, yeah, you grab a couple. You grab the unhatched eggs and you put them in the prison purse, and they go in with a nice plop. And yeah, remember that in Monster of the Week, you can investigate mysteries.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That's a
Remember
move.
one of the core tenets of this gameplay we're using?
It sure has been a while since we last played, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to go to the next room. No.
I too, like, there's a lot of blood around. This has very clearly been a room that's designed, but how much does it have to show us, really, outside of a cool tape recorder and eggs?
Annabelle, would you like to?
This is the first time Annabelle's been out on the job in God knows how long, so yeah, I guess it would make sense for Annabelle to...
All right, I'll investigate a mystery and try not to botch this. It's a 7. What happened here?
What happened here? Okay, so you turn around and you look at the door nearby, and it looks like that door was broken open from the outside. So something got in from the outside into this lab, went around the lab, killed a bunch of people, and then it looks like, based on the damage marks and the claw marks, it went further into the facility, through the doors that you will have to go through.
Well, that's not ominous at all.
No. Everything
I'll
is
keep
fine.
all this to myself. It's fine. They're not gonna notice. Yeah, there's nothing to see here. Let's keep going, y'all.
Okay.
The old man holds onto your arm even tighter than before.
I have no feeling.
I feel like going further into the facility is a way that, like, it makes me feel better about myself, and that's rare these days, things that do that. So let's just keep going. Let's go deeper into the facility.
Insert it deeper.
Yes.
You make your way towards these doors. These doors are slightly jammed shut, so you have to pry them open to get through, and then you make your way down into another corridor. Down here, there are a couple of desks and some potted plants that have been knocked over. There is still blood strewn across the walls, and there seems to be claw marks down the side of the hall.
How did they fit a dragon in here?
That's what I'm saying. As soon as we try to bring this one onto the submarine, but I digress. I want to lean down by the potted plants, and I want to, like, do the tracker thing of putting 2 fingers into the dirt and then tasting it to see what's happened here.
Okay.
Ew.
Use investigate a mystery for this.
Yeah.
2d6 plus sharp.
That was a 5 altogether. Does someone want to help me? Because right now it just looks like I'm eating a whole bunch of dirt.
Can't help you. You
No.
roll too low.
So 1 to 6, you reveal some information to the witness or monster on accident. So you reach down to grab at this potted plant, and you bring it up to your lips, and you realize that this dirt is not in fact dirt. It's a fake potted plant, and it's a sort of like really horrible, dry, fake soil. And you start coughing, and you hear the cough echo down the hall and up into the nearby ventilation shafts. and you hear something growl deep within the ventilation.
Oh, I hate that. That's the worst.
And then the lights start flickering.
I'm gonna use what I need when I need it, and
Okay.
I summon Bowie, the knife dog.
How do you want to call Bowie? Do you have a call for Bowie? By the power of Bowie, I summon you.
I don't have the brain cells for that today.
Just whistle then.
I can't whistle, so you're gonna have to edit whistling into post.
I can't whistle either.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Could you not
sorry.
Yeah, don't show us all up.
rub it in, just showing like how superior you are?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm deformed.
None of us can whistle except for you, Andy. You whistle, and then after about a minute and a half, you start to hear these scrappy little claws, like scratching on the ground nearby, and the dog comes bursting through the door, and it jumps upon you, and it licks your face.
Bowie! All right, Bowie. Go find the source of the noise.
I seriously believe I should. I don't want to sue a dog, but like at some you see the copyright infringement here, right?
Look, Bowie is a special part of my sidekick thing. This is all part of the gig. That dog has more lawyers, human and dog, than you've ever probably punched in your life.
Yeah, trust me, that we had paperwork on this dog, but it got redacted. Like, this is above my level. That's a serious dog.
The dog wanders towards the ventilation, and it looks back at you, and it whimpers slightly.
That means we should go into the ventilation system.
Does it?
It looks at you, Annabelle. It's not so sure about it. It's going to need some psyching up.
Come on, Bowie. You're a cattle dog. Ain't nothing in the world scared of you. I seen one of yous get kicked off a roof. Stand up and try to do it again. Come on, go get it.
Bowie grabs their little knife, his little Bowie knife,
Yeah.
and with a determined dog face, Bowie runs off into the nearby ventilation.
Determined dog face.
Can I follow him to back him up? I'm not gonna let this dog go alone.
You can't. This ventilation's way too small for you. You try, but your broad, muscly, powerful shoulders don't allow you to.
Can I pry my way in with my crowbar?
You could try.
I want to kick the ass of this ventilation system.
Yeah, try it.
That is a 13.
It's a 13. Okay. Kick some ass. So you and the enemy inflict harm on each other and pick one of the following. Either you gain advantage, inflict terrible harm, suffer less harm, or force them where you want them.
I mean, it can't kick ass back, so I just kind of
it can. Oh, it can.
Oh.
Trust me about this one.
Mm-hmm.
This ventilation shaft has teeth.
Literal teeth?
Not literal teeth, but it will. There will be some consequences to this.
There will be blood.
Yeah, I see. I try to. Again, this dog makes me feel very insecure about myself. I look at my big old shoulders and I'm like, you know what? Screw this. And I just start prying away at the entrance to make it big enough to fit my chunky man hands in my chunky man body.
You manage to pull your way through the inside of this ventilation shaft, and you follow Bowie, the knife dog, through the vents. But as you're going along, like, the fact that you're having to constantly pry at this metal makes the metal very sharp and twisty. So you end up like shredding your arms a little bit on the inside of this ventilation shaft. So you're going to take +1 harm from this.
I feel like someone should have told me this was a bad idea.
You find yourself plopping out into the room nearby, and you watch as Bowie is looking at you with their Bowie knife, and you watch as they place their paw on the button to the door, and they look at you with contempt.
Bowie, I realize that you think you can do anything because you've got hotshot lawyers and the loyalty of all the people that I believed were my friends. But can you not recognize your own position of power and realize what a worm I am? How much I rely upon your mercy? Please, Bowie, don't do this to me. Bowie, I don't have nothing. Bowie, this is all I got. My accent isn't great. Even though I come from Australia, from what I understand, I am persecuted all the time for doing bad things. I am begging you. You adorable and healthy and stylish dog wherever your stall may have come from, please have mercy upon me.
The dog takes pity on you and lets you go over and press the door button.
I feel so humiliated. God, I press the button with a deep feeling that, like, if there was a way for Monster of the Week to measure, like, emotional hurt, I would have received a major unstable wound. I'm not gonna come back from this.
You crawl on your hands and knees across and you press the button, and then you look up and you see Annabelle and the old man and Dr. Martin looking down at you.
You happy now, Koala?
I think I got my entire body shredded up so I could press a button, which was when the entire duty was just being handled by a really cool dog. I've made a mundane action into an entirely unnecessary and hurtful adventure for everyone involved.
Would you say that you've learned anything from this?
I'll have to get back to you. I'm still picking apart the lessons to be gleaned from this quite harsh and painful series of events.
Knife Dog comes over and then boops its nose against another button on the door, causing the lights to turn on.
That's a really good dog you've got there, Annabelle.
Yeah, if I knew where he came from, I'd probably get another one too.
Koala, you manage to pull yourself back up and you rest your hand on the side in this room. And before you seems to be like a secondary laboratory. And there's this mysterious iridescent blue dust piled up in petri dishes all around the room. I'm going to leave you there for this episode. And I'll see you next time. Bye. The O.M.E.N podcast is powered by Monster of the Week. If you like what you're hearing, please rate us on iTunes or wherever you get your podcast. You can tweet to us at the hashtag OMENcast, that's O-M-E-N cast, and who knows, maybe we'll name a character after you. Please spread the word about the podcast, every new fan helps. Consider joining our Discord, links are on the Twitter, and if you really like us, consider supporting us on Patreon. Thank you for listening, and remember, stay vigilant. You never know what's out there.